Santa, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Tim Finnegan lived in Walken Street, a gentleman Irish mighty yard. He had a brogue both rich and sweet, and to rise in the world he carried a heart. But Tim had a sort of a tippling way, with a love for the liquor since he was born. A helping man with his work each day, a drop from the noggin both night and morn. Whack for the dado, dance with your partner, wipe the floors, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. His friends assembled at the one morning. Tim felt rather full, his head felt heavy, it made him quake. He fell the ladder and broke his skull. They carried his corpse on for to wake, wrapped him up in a nice clean sheet, laid him out upon the bed. A bottle of whiskey at his feet, a bottle of porter at his head. Whack for the dado, dance with your partner, wipe the floors, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Michigan's Wake. His friends assembled at the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. First they brought in tea and cake, and pipes, tobacco and whiskey punch. Then Biddy O'Brien began to cry, such a fine clean corpse did you ever see? Tim Mavoureen, why'd you have to die? Oh, hold your gob, said Paddy McGee. Oh, act for the dado, dance with your partner, wipe the floors, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Biddy O'Brien took up the cob. Oh, Biddy, you know you're wrong for sure. And Biddy gave her a crack on the jaw and sent her sprawling on the floor. And then the war did soon engage, was woman to woman, man to man. Shillelagh law was all the rage, and the roar and the disruption soon began. Whack for the dado, dance with your partner, wipe the floors, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Mickey Maloney ducked his head as a bottle of whiskey flew at him. It fell and landed on the bed and broke and scattered over Tim. Tim awoke, it's how he rises. Timothy's rising from the bed. Wail your whiskey around like blazes. God in heaven, did you think I was dead? Whack for the dado, dance with your partner, wipe the floors, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Whack for the dado, dance with your partner, wipe the floors, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be, and welcome to Brunch with Deb, the St. Paddy's Day edition. I'm your host and musician, Deb Seymour, and we are playing tunes by Irish songwriters, Irish musicians, and a few traditional ones. We started out there with Finnegan's Wake, written by Dan Bryant of Bryant's Minstrels back in the late 1890s. It's also been formed by the Dubliners, the Clancy Brothers, Irish Rovers, and many more, and that followed by a traditional fiddle tune called Drowsy Maggie, although how Maggie could remain drowsy with all that brawling going on at Tim Finnegan's Wake, I know not. Hello there, Rock and Roll with Jack William Plum. Hello, Kathy, and hello, Steve. Oh, hello, Peter's still in the hospital, so sorry. Hello, Peter. Hope you're feeling better. Steve, I'm glad you're with him, and I'm glad you're wearing green, Kathy. All right, I'm going to put the mandola down. I have to play the mandola at least once a year, whether I needed to or not. Hopefully it won't crash over. This next song is one of my favorites, and it's a bit obscure. It was written in the 1980s by Irish singer-songwriter Mike Fitzgerald. Many times in Ireland, the Tinkers' Fairs would start up in the spring after a cold winter, where farmers would engage in buying spring seed and other things. There also would be Tinkers' Fairs in the fall when harvest time happened, but this one is about one that happens in the spring, and being that it's spring. This is called Rathdom Fair. Oops, I gotta move up here. This is called Rathdom Fair. I rose and I tasted the first breath of spring, the mists from the grassy lands rising. I set to my grey mare and saddled for the road, where the green hills the sun was caressing. Saw the nest of the blackbird as she rose to the air, setting off in the direction of Rathdrum Fair. I come with the dawn bringing silver to buy, hoping wits and good fortune would aid me. I rode with the sun, took my feet to an inn, where the talk was of livestock and memories, where old tales were traded for new ones in turn, and the pipes lamented well into the day. Oh, where the faces were old, but the eyes, they were good. They had the money in their pocket, and they'd have it if they could. Where the jugglers and street sellers wandered around, and the fiddler was lost in the noise of the crowd. When business is done, we'll adjourn for a dram, and drink maybe well into the day. Oh, but when twilight draws near, you will drink your last beer, pack up your goods to take away. Oh, and the old mare will stumble and bite at the wind, while you sleep in the saddle, your collar turned in. And the year will grow old and the traders will be gone, but the blackbird will follow the heat of the sun. Rathdrum Fair by Irish singer-songwriter Mick Fitzgerald, written about 1983 or so, I think. Oh, good. Hello, Beth. Welcome. I see your shamrock on your thingamajig there. Let's see here. You tuned in right in time. Hi, Lisa. The top of the morning to you. We're all Kathy O'Meyerson and Lisa O'Lerman, and I'm Deb O'Seymour. Jack O'Plum, we all become O's, son of or daughter of. This is original I wrote. It's called Roger's Jig. Sending this out to Beth. I know she likes this song. Roger's Jig, which, hey, Peter, you should know I actually composed that in a hospital while my friend Roger was undergoing chemotherapy treatments, and I just went in and sat and played guitar and noodled and kept him entertained, and finally I took about 4 of the noodlings and strung it together into a song. And Roger's comment was, "Oh, I see. Some folks play songs from County Mayo, but here we play it County General." Which just had the nurses cracking up. So, for you, Peter. Our friend Peter is still in the hospital recovering from an infection. Please wish him well and some good luck in the comments, if you will. Lisa, you do have very red hair. And red hair is not confined just to Irish people. Northern German, I'm Northern German. I don't have any Irish in me at all. But lots of Northern Germans have red hair, and I do too. Oh, goodness gracious sakes alive. What is next on my list? Ah, yes, a new one. One of the most famous voices to come out of Ireland in the 80s and 90s was Mary Black. And she made this song famous. And oddly enough, Hal Ketchum also covered this song. Neither of them wrote it. It was written by an Irishman named Mick Hanley. The original, it's called Past the Point of Rescue. And it's an interesting song because the way it was written is more of a bluegrass tune, but my friend Jay's singing Spirit Cunningham slowed it down and made it into a ballad, and I loved it so much that, well, I stole... Yes, Bono is Irish, Jack. We're going to be doing some U2 later. So I stole this version from Jay singing Spirit Cunningham of the Eagles Nest Open Mic. Of course, my version is probably my version of his version of Mary Black's version of the Mick Hanley version, but that's the folk process. So here we go. Would help to have the guitar in the right tuning. Hi, Maria. We have Maria from Ireland right here. Last night I dreamed you were back again, larger than life again, holding me tight again, placing those same kisses on my brow. Sweeter than ever now, Lord, I remember how couldn't get enough of kissing. Do you know how much I'm missing? No, you don't, but I do. Days like a slow train trickle by, even the words I write refuse to fly. Oh, all that I can hear is your song haunting me. Can't get the melody out of my head, you see. Distractions I've been using. Do you know how much I'm losing? No, you don't, but I do. But I do, and I wonder if I'm past the point of rescue, and is no word from you at all the best that you can do. Oh, I never meant to push or shove you. Do you know how much I love you? No, you don't, but I do. But I do, and I wonder if I'm past the point of rescue, and is no word from you at all the best that you can do. Oh, I never meant to push or shove you. Do you know how much I love you? No, you don't, but I do. Last night I dreamed you were back again, larger than life again, holding me tight again, placing those same kisses on my brow. Sweeter than ever now, Lord, I remember how couldn't get enough of kissing. Do you know how much I'm missing? No, you don't, but I do. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. But I do. Point of No Past the Point of Rescue by Miko Hanlon, made famous by Mary Black. And I stole Jay's Singing Spirit Cunningham. I always want to say Spirit Singing. He's a spiritual guy. Stole Jay's version of it, which he slowed it down from sort of the hot country version it is. But you can catch it all by Hal Ketchum. And thanks for putting up with that. I'm sort of embarrassed. I got Maria here. I'm sure you know Mary Black very well, more so than even us in America. Oh, anyway. Oh, rolling right along. Hey, Chicky, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, wow, this is a good one, of course. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. Remember how you were small and you couldn't go to school, so your mother would send you a sick note? Well, what do you do when you're an adult and you can't send a sick note for why you're not at work today? Oh, I forget who wrote this, but the Dubliners made it famous. This is a story song about why poor Paddy didn't go to work today. Oh, thanks, Lisa, for the tagging pressures. Dear sir, I write this note to you to tell me of my plight. And at the time of writing, I'm not a pretty sight. My body is all black and blue, my face a deathly grey, and I write this note to say why Paddy's not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear, and now to throw them down from such a height was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he being an awkward sod. He said I'd have to take them down the ladders in me hod. Now clearing all those bricks by hand, it was very slow, so I hoisted up a barrel and secured the rope below. But in my haste to do my job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks is heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. Well, I shot up like a rocket, till my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. Whoops! And the barrel broke me shoulder as to the ground it sped, and when I reached the top, I banged the pulley with me head. Well, I clung on tight, though numbed with shock from this almighty blow, and the barrel spilled out half the bricks 14 floors below. Now when the bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel, so started down once more. Clinging tightly to the rope, I sped on towards the ground and landed on the broken bricks, the barrel scattered around. As I lay groaning, I thought I'd passed the worst, when the barrel hit the pulley wheel, then the bottom burst. A shower of bricks rained down on me, I hadn't got a hope. As I lay on the bleeding ground, I let go the bloody rope. The barrel being hevered started down once more and landed right across me as I lay there on the floor. Well, it broke 3 ribs in my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you understand why Paddy's not at work today. Oh, ouch. That's comedy. Oh, Chicky, you're Irish in heart and soul. Anyway, some people call that why Paddy's not at work today. Some people call it the sick note, and I think I completely screwed up the melody. But hey, it's a cappella. Good enough for folk, right? Oh. Johnny be fair and Johnny be wise and wants me for to wed. And I would marry Johnny, but me father up and said, I have to tell you, daughter, what your mother never knew. But Johnny is a son of mine, and so he's kin to you. Oh, Billy be fair and Billy be wise and wants me for to wed. And I would marry Billy, but me father up and said, I'm sad to tell you, daughter, what your mother never knew. But Billy is a son of mine, and so he's kin to you. Oh, father. Well, Paddy be fair and Paddy be fine and wants me for to wed. And I would marry Paddy, but me father up and said, I'm sad to tell you, daughter, what your mother never knew. But Paddy too is a son of mine, and so he's kin to you. Oh, such a sad and sorry girl is truly that I was. The boys in town are all me kin, and me father is the cause. If things should just continue, I shall die a single miss. So I'll off to me mother and complain to her of this. Oh, daughter, did I not teach you to forgive and to forget? And when, if your father sowed his oats, well, still you needn't fret. For your father may be father to all the boys in town, but still, he's not the one who sired you, so marry who you will. And there you have it, Johnny Be Fair, a tale of wooing mishaps, and followed by Banishment Fortune and Smash the Windows. And for those of you who are wondering, this is not a mandolin, this is a mandola, which is like a violin and a viola. So it's tuned one half step down, and it's a little lower in register than a mandolin, and it's easier for my fat little fingers to hit the frets on this one. Thank you so much. Bobby McLeod. I'm sorry, I put that on screen. Everybody's putting all the Irish blessings on here, but Bobby's got one. May you not have too much trouble trying to open the door when you come stumbling in. You goof. Good to see you, Bobby. I've missed you. I've missed you. I think, was it Maria? No, somebody else put the other ones. Thanks for the Youches. Happy St. Patrick's Day, where everybody gets Irish. Chicky says, Lisa Lerman, it's okay. Busy day getting my red hair dyed in the laundry. Oh, God. You guys are so silly. I'm glad to see you all here. Oh, thank you. Very nice mandola work. I really should play it more often than I do. It was my main instrument for many years when I was in a Celtic band called 7th String Celtic Trio in Boulder, Colorado, with Ann Crone and David Rick, who I just spoke to this morning because Ann wished me a happy St. Patrick's Day. And we reminisced about all of our late night bar gigs on St. Patrick's Day where we used to give away chocolate, shamrock stickers, bars of Irish Spring, and rolls of green toilet paper. Back when you could get green toilet paper, there was a thing. You might remember. Tips for good luck are available, are received gladly by the leprechauns mining the tip jars, the bottom of your screen, and clickable links. Every payment is very much valued and appreciated and goes towards making this music business closer to breaking even. Not making a profit yet, but I'm getting there with your help and also getting things paid for and albums done. Well, to end up the half hour here, Jack Plum had asked, it says, isn't Bono Irish? And yes, in fact, he is. That's from Bono is the lead singer for the band U2. And of course, I would have to end today with a U2 song. It's a little bit of a backstory behind this song. Let's see, I gotta find the lyrics. Aha. I actually was asked to play this at a wedding way back in 1995. But then the bride freaked out that the lyrics were going to be offensive to her conservative incoming in-laws. We thought she was kind of crazy, but I never did get to play this song for anybody. So you guys are the first we're going to hear. All I Want Is You. I believe that's from the Rattle and Hub album. I gotta capo it up. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Oh, really, Maria? Maria says she and Bono used to be neighbors. You say you want diamonds on a ring of gold. You say you want your story to remain untold, but all the promises we made, from the cradle to the grave, when all I want is you. You say you'll give me a highway with no one on it, a treasure just to look upon it, and all the riches in the night. You say you'll give me eyes in the moon of blindness, a river in the time of dryness, oh, a harbor in the tempest, but all the promises we make, from the cradle to the grave, when all I want is you. You say you want our love to work out right, to last with me through the night. You say you want diamonds on a ring of gold, your story to remain untold, your love not to grow old, but all the promises we break, from the cradle to the grave, when all I want is you. When all I want is you. Driving and everything is turning green, Larry's behind the wheel, making up a song for Laura and Larry, 'cause that's just how I feel. Thank you, world. Thank you, all the states and countries that have tuned in for the St. Patrick's Day edition of Brunch with Deb. And as you know, I'm Deb Seymour. Thank you for all of your enthusiasm and your support. And as they say, may the road rise up to meet you, and you be in heaven a half hour before the devil knows you're dead. That's my plan, at least. Have a great week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Admire the shamrock shirt because I only get to wear it once a year. And as I say, remember to tell people you love them sooner rather than later, because we don't know what tomorrow will bring you. Peace. Shlanta.